Public education is at the top of a lot of parents' minds right now since President Trump signed an executive order last week aimed at dismantling the Department of Education. Here in Ohio, Governor DeWine says that students will not be affected, but we've already seen issues popping up. Pastor Ken Simon with New Bethel Baptist Church is hosting a town hall meeting tonight at 6 to get the community together to talk about education, and he joins us now with more information. Pastor, education is a hot topic, as I said, now at the collegiate level, also the grade school levels. What do you hope to get out of the town hall meeting tonight?
Well, first of all, the Community Leadership Coalition on Education is trying to make our communities aware of what's taking place in our nation and here in the state of Ohio that's threatening the future of public education and the harm that it brings to our children and families. We're here to voice our protests and make the public aware of the bigger picture, how this administration's agenda is going to affect us and our children and generations to come. And then we want to give our community and give our citizens a plan of action so that we can address our concerns and voice our protests.
And one of the biggest fears coming out of the executive order is how local students with disabilities and children living in poverty will lose resources and their assistance. We've already reported on some districts maybe just not offering those programs, so they have to go to a different district. But families are very concerned about any potential changes. What are you hearing from the families that you're talking to?
Absolutely. People that are in the educational field and parents are concerned about how these are going to affect our children, because the Department of Education, enforces federal statutes prohibiting discrimination. Dismantling that would mean defunding certain programs that feed our students, educate our students, and protect our most vulnerable students, and leaving families without the help that they need for their children. The Title I programs, which directs monies to schools with high concentration of students who live in poverty, provides reading specialists and smaller classes sizes that would be decimated. And then, the Department of Education also oversees and administers the grants, Pell Grants, federal student loans, loan repayment and forgiveness programs, and that would all be dismantled. And 30% of our college students in the United States rely on these federal loans to pay their tuition. And so students and families are going to lose that kind of support, leading more students to dropping out and fewer choices, fewer options for their families.
Now, you're also talking about federal policy this evening. You've been a longtime advocate for the Youngstown City Schools, which has up until recently been taken over by state control. 77 million later, scores are down still, and there's still no consensus on how to move forward with the district. So our politics may be getting in the way of a good policy. What's your opinion after you see what's happening in the room?
Well, we have seen here in the Youngstown City School District, East Cleveland, and Lorraine, that these state takeovers do not work. And they don't work because they were really never intended to work. What they were intended to do was to dismantle public education, shut down our public schools so they can turn them over to private profit-making schools so they can make money off of our children. It's not even about education. It's about control and the money. And that's what they're not even concerned about educating. They're concerned about controlling where that money goes. And so we're trying to protect our children and families, our communities, and make sure that our children, all of them, have access to a public education, a decent education. And we want that opportunity not to be taken away from us.
All right, you're going to give people that opportunity tonight at New Bethel Baptist Church. You're hosting a town hall at the church at 6 o'clock, so not too long from now. Really appreciate you joining us right here at 5.